with the flow.
Can't forget about Coach Bergen. Of course. And if you don't got Coach Bergen, you ain't got shit.
What's up, Coach Bergen here, and welcome to the Coach Bergen Show, episode 44. Our guest today is Jose Pereira. There we go.
Yep.
There we go.
My bad. There
Now,
we go,
now
man.
I can hear you and I can
My
see you.
bad.
All right.
Oh, thank you for having me here, man.
Of course. Thanks for joining. All right. So you have an
Welcome.
upcoming fight. Who is that for?
That's for NEF on February 7th.
Okay. New England Fights, right? That's what that is?
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. Who are you fighting against?
Fighting against Hannum Sanford.
Okay. So what weight do you fight at?
135.
135, so bantamweight.
Yeah.
What
I
do you
fought
walk
35
around at?
before, man. I walk around, depends if it's a holiday or not, how much I'm enjoying life or not. But I'm usually around 52, 53, but my weight changes a lot depending on what kind of
Okay.
uh you know
So you're
how much I'm
cutting
enjoying
anywhere
life.
from 15 to 20 pounds for a fight.
Yeah, correct. I've been like around 150. I've been 160. Like my weight changes a lot depending on how I'm living my life. But I would say around 155.
Okay. All right. Um, so how many fights have you had so far?
MMA, that would be I'm going to my sixth fight now, but I've
Okay.
yeah, six
And
fights.
are those all amateur?
Yeah, they're all amateurs. Yeah.
Okay. What has been your favorite fight so far?
Oh, that's a good question. I think my last one because I won.
All right. All
Yeah.
right.
I've
Cool.
enjoyed all my fights. If I'm being honest with you, I just love fighting. I love what I do, and there was fights that I lost, but it was still fun. So I think all my fights, no matter the outcome, I always have a good time in there. No matter how the fight goes. But I like the ones I win more.
Mm, of course. Of course. So how did you win your last fight? How did that go down?
I won by knockout in the second round, and it was by TKO, and it was
Okay.
yeah, it was fun. Trying to be patient, but I land a body kick, and he felt that, and I just went for the ground and pound, and the referee called it, and I was really happy about that. It was fun.
Awesome. Um, Tell me about what was your first fight like for you?
Oh man, it's funny. I thought I was gonna be very nervous before my first fight, but when I got there, everything felt kind of like where I belong. Everything felt like it was meant to be, and like I wasn't very nervous before the fight. I was hyped, of course, but I wasn't afraid or anything like that. But I remember a bunch of my friends were there. My father was there, my brother, people from my family, friends. So it felt like it was very important, and having that many people watching me it was very it was very special, and I won, and it was relieving, but it was a very cool experience, my first fight.
All right. It sounds like a good experience, especially if you won it and
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got to do
I was
so in front of your
nervous.
family.
Yeah, I remember being like 19 and the guy was like 30 or something like this. And then when they announced the poster, my dad looked at the guy I was gonna fight, and he's like, I don't know, man, that guy looks tougher than you. I think you're gonna lose. And I was like, oh, thank you, Dad. I appreciate that. And then I got the knock. I remember looking at my dad and like dancing at him, and like, yo, I work hard for this, all right? And I was
So it
happy.
sounds like it motivated you to push harder.
It did. It really did. I wanted to prove people that how much I work, because a lot of people from family, people, they don't understand. They don't see you training. They don't see how much you work hard, so they don't understand what you're working for.
Mm.
So yeah, it's always good to prove people that my work is pays off, and I'm meant to be doing what I'm doing.
How did you know this was what you were meant to be doing?
Good question. I don't know. It feels right. You know what I mean? I've been, I've always trained. You know, I enjoy the lifestyle. You know, I'm also not just a fighter. You know, I'm a martial artist. So to me, it's not just about going there and fighting. To me, every single day, I enjoy the life of a fighter. You know, I enjoy training. I enjoy everything about it. To me, it's not just going there and having people clap for me and screaming when I win, or like, to me, I just love every single day and I love everything about being a fighter, you know. So that's why I know that I should be doing what I'm doing, you know.
All right. If you could
Feels
fight
right.
anybody, who would it be? If you could have a dream fight.
If I could have a dream fight, a good question. I think I'll do the fight Sean O'Malley because I've always been a fan of him, and I remember always watching him fight when I was a kid, being like, I want to fight that guy one day, and like, he's a very good fighter. I like his style a lot, and I think it would be a fun matchup, you know, because I also think I'm a fun fighter to watch. So I think if we were to fight, it would be a good fight.
It'd be an entertaining fight, it sounds.
Yeah, that's
Um,
what I think.
all right,
Maybe it'll be
so
better when he's older, you know.
yeah. Um, so what is your record right now?
Um, right now I'm 2-3, and it's a bad record. But for being honest with you, some of those losses were kind of BS. You know, I went up a weight class, and of course, not giving an excuse or not, but I had the doctor stoppage too, which you all know kind of doesn't count, you know, because I
Mm.
still wanted to fight. But I'm working on getting my record better, and it's going to happen for sure. But yeah,
And the records won't even really matter once you go pro anyway. So,
fact,
this is really just a good time to be able to, I guess, learn the sport and just get your practice in, you know?
facts. You're right. This is what amateur is all about. At the end of the day, you know, just getting the experience and fighting all different fighters that you can, you know, different fighting styles, different body types, and try to get the more experience you can, and that's what I'm doing, you know, just trying to fight the more amount of times that I can, and trying to stay active, and that's what I'm doing, you know. And once I go pro, like you said, nothing's gonna matter, you
Exactly. All right. If you couldn't be a fighter, what would you be doing?
know. When I was a kid, I thought like I either wanted to be a fighter or a comedian, if that makes sense. So it's like
Okay.
I
All
always
right.
thought I'm either gonna make people laugh or I'm gonna make people pain, you know, make people suffer. And I chose violence,
All
so that's
right.
why I'm a fighter now. But when
You
I
gonna
was a
make them
kid,
laugh or make them cry?
yeah, exactly. Funny enough, when I was a kid, that was my train of thought, you know. But I chose to be a fighter, and I don't regret it, you know.
All right.
But
All right. Um,
I'm still funny, I think.
yeah, I see the charisma for sure.
I
And I think you
appreciate
could
that.
definitely develop like a solid 5 minutes and get up on stage and go do it. Um,
I
even if
appreciate
you
that.
even if you were to find like you know just different things you can throw in during your post fight speeches, I think that would really set you on top too. Then you can show off your humor. But yeah, it's not a bad idea. So if you could eat only one meal for the rest of your life and you can have as much of it as you want, what would that meal be?
Have to choose a dinner, lunch, or breakfast.
For everything.
I could still eat 3 meals, but it have to be the
Yeah,
same food.
yep, you could eat 10 meals a day if you want,
Oh, damn.
but it's the same
Good
food.
question.
And you can vary up the food, but it's got to be the
Mhm.
same basic meal. So, for example, like I usually would choose eggs, but you can, vary up eggs by having it be sometimes there's more veggies in it, sometimes it's more meat lovers, sometimes, it's just cheese and eggs. Um, so yeah, there's different variety if you choose correct.
Mm, I think maybe I would have like a. Damn, that's a good question. Like a bowl, you know, when you can put like rice, beans, and like protein in it, and like. But then I guess I'm
Okay.
cheating with the question because then I would just make different bowls every day.
Yeah,
But
and you can have different
maybe,
meat in it. You know.
yeah, I like burritos. Burritos are cool. You can make like different burritos every day with different food and different as good carbs. You can have good protein in it and
And then if
sounds
it's a
kind of cool.
burrito, it could also be like breakfast burrito. It could be, a dinner burrito, whatever.
Yeah,
Like you could make all kinds of different flavors, all kinds of different food inside of it. That's a really good answer. I've never heard that one
yeah,
before.
yeah. But it's a hard
Um,
question for sure because I like all the types of food. Made from being honest, I just love eating. It's
yeah.
like I hope that never comes to it because I like
No,
I
I
like
know, I
I like
know.
eating everything.
Definitely not the best scenario.
No,
Um,
no.
all right. So let's see. What has been the toughest fight you've had so far?
Toughest fight. One time I went to 145. I fought John Suzy, and it was a very tough fight because it was a heavier guy than me. It was a short notice too, so I didn't have a bunch of time to prepare a game plan or anything like that. Of course, I'm always training, but
Right.
I I was trying to fight at 135, and they just like they asked me to fight at 145, and it was like I don't regret it, but it was like it felt like it was just like way had a lot of weight on me, and it was hard to do things, but I still had my moments, Still broke his nose, and it was cool, like, but he definitely beat me fair and square, But remember back at that, I remember being like, yeah, I don't think 45 is my division, So
Mm,
I don't know if I'm gonna be trying that again anytime soon.
yeah. Remind me, what state are you out of? Are you in California?
I'm in New
No,
Hampshire.
New Hampshire. New Hampshire. I don't know why I thought you
Yeah.
were California. Um,
Yeah.
okay, New Hampshire. What states have you fought in?
Maine. I think all my fights were in Maine. I fight
In
for New
Maine.
England fights, and all of them were in Maine so far. Yeah, in Portland, fought 3 times in Bangor, and then I'm about to fight in uh Portland again. Actually, and I fought at Lewiston once as well, but
Okay,
they're all in Maine.
got it. And they were all for New England fights?
Yeah, all of them were for New England fights. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, do you not want to fight for other promotions, or do they just treat you really, really well, or what? Is there any reason behind that?
That's a good question. If I'm being honest with you, I have managers and coaches that I really trust. My managers, Devin Powell and Caroline Powell, they kind of get me the fights, and I've never actually talked to them about like why am I only fighting for NEF. I think they have a plan for that, and of course I wanna fight for other promotions at some point, and but I think NUF is just a promotion that is easy to get fights, and I also like fighting for them. They treat me very well. They're very nice. I like Matt Peterson, the promoter to NEF, and I really like fighting for them. Of course, I want to fight for other promotions, but I enjoy fighting for NEF. So if I have to keep fighting for NEF for as long as it has to be, I don't have a problem with that. I really like the promotion I'm fighting for right now, and that's why I keep fighting for them.
Okay, cool. I was just curious, because I haven't heard any bad things about them, and so I've only heard good things about them so far. But I just wasn't sure if there was any reason behind why it was just that promotion. Um, but as when you become professional, you're probably going to be traveling around a lot more, and doing different
Yeah,
promotions and maybe even different weight classes as well.
yeah, sounds about right. I've thought about that, and it's always like, um, of course, it's always the dream. Everybody wants to meet different places. So of course, I want to fight for different on different countries. Different promotions, different. Want to see as many places as I can see. In my career, especially doing what I love, and so yeah, it's gonna happen eventually. Gonna be fighting in Vegas. Gonna be fighting all over the place when I turn a pro, and that's the plan.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Do you have any stories about training or about your fights that you want to share or get into?
Mm, It's too many, man. Too many. The life of a fighter, like a lot of things happen. You know, in fighting, preparation. I like to always. I like to live a memorable life. You know, so I always like to be creating memories that is gonna create good stories. You know, so. Even when bad things happen in my life, sometimes I'm like, yeah, that's gonna be a funny story in the future, you know. So it's true, man. If you if you tell me what, if you can be more specific, maybe I can tell a story. But there's too many stories to tell.
All right. Do you have any stories, let's say, with either in training, with like sparring, or in a fight, where it felt as if you were in a bad position and you were able to overcome it and pull out a victory?
Oh yeah, yeah. I had some of that. Yeah, my first fight actually. Like I told you, I started the fight and I was very confident. So in my head, I was just thinking, yeah, I'm way better than this guy, and I'm not gonna get hit. I'm just gonna go there, and it's gonna be easy. But like he hit me with three bombs right away, like right off the second, like almost knocked me out. It was so I could hear the ding in my ear, like everything went wide. I was like, what the fuck is going on? What the hell was that? It was like three bombs, and I was blind, and I couldn't hear anything. I was deaf, so like. I tried to clinch with him, and I remember thinking, "Oh damn, whatever that was, it was hard." And those, whatever that was, it was clean and it cracked.
Did you actually
So
hear that ding?
I did, bro. I did.
Oh
Swear
my
to God,
goodness.
it
And then
was
you couldn't
hard.
hear? You couldn't hear after that?
No, not for the whole fight, but just for a couple of seconds, you know.
Oh, oh, okay, okay. And then it came back. And then it
Because
was
for doing everything, yeah, it was hard, bro. It was hard.
okay.
And I remember clinching a little bit for a couple of seconds, like could hear everybody screaming, and I could hear it was all chaos and screaming, and I remember being like, oh damn. That was hard. I did not expect to get hit so hard. Like first seconds of my first fight, and then we kept scrambled. We fell, and then I tried to throw a head kick, and I slipped on my ass, and then I got back up, and then I tried to throw the head kick again, and it landed, and that's how we started the knockout. So I was able to get the win, but it was scary for a couple of seconds. Yeah,
Okay. So you went to throw the head kick the first time and you slipped on a banana peel, and
yeah,
then you got up again and you did it a second time and it worked.
yes, that's what happened. That's
Perfect,
what
perfect. Why did they leave the banana peel in the
I
cage?
don't know why they did that, bro. If I've been honest with you, bro, I don't know how that happens, but
Come
it's just
on, you're
never
winning
happened.
fights. Come on. You got to be
It's
clean in the
messed up.
cage.
It's messed up. They should have been doing something about that for sure. Like,
Mm.
it's definitely. It's just that it surprised me because I throw it in sparring a lot, and I don't usually slip, you know. But I think when I don't usually doesn't usually happen to me. But when you're in a fight and you're actually trying to knock somebody out, you throw it harder than you usually
Yeah.
do. And if it doesn't land, you just like it happened. I remember being like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that again because it was scary for a sec. As soon as I got up too, like he didn't give me like no time to breathe. Like I fell, and then as I was getting up, he tried to punch me as I was getting up, and he was like this close from hitting me, and I was like,
Oh,
oh dang, maybe I shouldn't throw head kicks anymore. But then I did it a second time, and it worked, so I
well,
was glad about that.
it's a good thing it worked the second time, you know,
Yeah,
because the third strike might have been out.
I might. I
Yeah,
hope it never happens to me again.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Um, okay. So, do you have anything that you like to do as far as how you like to win? I mean, it sounds like TKOs, but is there anything
Yeah.
specific you like to do?
I like winning, you know. I like winning, and I like that. I like when after my fights, my face is still pretty and nice, you know, and I can still go out and have fun with my friends, you know. And I love it when it's a clean win. But I'm also like ready if I have to go there and like look deformed and have cuts and have bruises and have everything. I'm okay with that as well. But of course, it's always better when you're not
Mm,
hurt or anything like that, and you can still enjoy the rest of the night with your friends and family, you know. And so my favorite way to win is just by hurting them and not getting hurt. So
All right.
that's my
Try to get as
plan.
minimal damage as possible.
That's always the plan. If it has to be a war, then it's a war, and I'm ready for that as well. But less damage is always better for. I want to have a long career. So I'm trying to have as many brain cells as I can, and try to be
I hear
as
those are pretty
healthy as I
important.
can. What?
Brain cells. I hear they're pretty important.
Yeah. And I'm not even sure if I have
I
many of
don't
those
know.
left anymore. But
Yeah.
they're important somehow. But
Yeah.
yeah, I try to keep as many of them as I can.
That sounds like probably a good plan. Probably a good plan.
Thank you.
Um. All right. So, is there anything specific that you think that, let's say, let me switch the question up. What is one thing you would teach somebody just starting out?
Just starting out. To be able to see the bigger picture, to see because it's hard being an athlete, like living every day, seeing that something that even when you love, when you're doing something every single day, it kind of turns into there are days that you're not gonna want to do. There are days that you're gonna be like, oh, I'm tired, this hurts, and this and that, and you just gotta know how important it is for you to be there every day and to see how much like you improve over the years just by like being there when you don't want to be and doing the things that you don't want to do and being disciplined with the things that you that you have to do and being disciplined is something that to me is very important too. Of like no matter what's going on, you have to be there. You have to every single day. You have to do what you gotta do, and this is what I will tell, and this is what the advice that I would give for fighters that are just starting is just being disciplined. That's what I think a fighter should always be.
Consistency and discipline.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because it compounds over time. And
the bigger
even if
picture. Yeah,
you're right. And so even if you're putting in just a little bit of effort right now, if you compare that to somebody putting in no effort over the course of a month, 2 months, 3 months, you're going to see a huge difference. So,
yeah. Especially over the years as well.
especially over the years, right. Um, so yeah, it's definitely consistency is key. All right. So before we go, is there anything else that you want to share about either your upcoming fight or your career or any past fights that you've done?
Mm, no, I just like to give a shout out to my coaches and my teammates and everybody that believes in me, my friends, my family. My coach and my manager, Devin and Carolyn Powell, they always believe in me and they make it my dream seem possible. If it wasn't for them, I don't know if I'll be doing this. But Devin Powell, my coach, was always a man that made me believe that my dreams are possible. So I'm very grateful for them about that. And my teammates, they're like my brothers to me and my family that I see every single day, and they every day we're working together and we're getting better. And that's it. Just tell people that I'm grateful for everybody in my life that makes my dream possible, and they know who they are. They know who they are, and I just want to say that I'm thankful for them, and I also want to say thank you to you for having me here and for talking to me.
Of course. Thank you for making the time today. And good luck on your next fight. We can definitely do another episode afterwards if you want.
Mhm.
And then, that way we got it before and after. And yeah.
Thank you very much, man.
Of course. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll be in touch.
Appreciate that. Have a good night, man.
You too. Later. Bye.
Skins under fire, life throwing the heat. Fight wax steps in naturally. Feet on essence power, defends and heals deep. 100% clean, no chemicals creep. Yeah, I wake up scrolling, thumb tied, so numb. Alarm yelling, dream big. I hit snooze, dream done. Life ain't bad, that's the problem though. Pain on layaway, comfort keeping me broke. I say, one day like it's scheduled in my phone, but someday ain't a day, it's a zone I never go. Got talent in the trunk, fear driving the car, waiting to feel ready like that's ever how it starts. I keep asking for a sign, universe like you don't need motivation, you need to move your butt. Everybody wanna change, but they comfy in the cage, living quiet desperation, call it normal, call it safe. If you waiting on a feeling, you gon' wait another year. Do the work while you scared, confidence appear, yeah, comfort's a trap. Discipline the map, act first, feelings follow, that's a psychological fact. I thought I needed confidence to finally begin. Turns out confidence is built by repeatedly taking L's and then winning. Brain say chill, heart say more, ego say tomorrow, discipline say floor. Push-ups when I'm tired, mic on when I'm dry, posting when it's cringy, truth louder than my pride. Life don't change from thoughts, it changes from reps. Every small uncomfortable step, cash and interest on self-respect. Nobody coming to save you, that's a cheat code. Scary at first and then freeze your soul. Pain of effort or pain of regret, pick one, either way you pay the debt. Everybody wanna change, but they comfy in the cage, living quiet desperation, call it normal, call it safe. If you waiting on a feeling, you gon' wait another year. Do the work while you scared, confidence appear, yeah, comfort's a trap. Discipline the map, act first, feelings follow, yeah, remember that. No montage music when you starting from the floor, just you versus you, no applause, no encore. But every time you choose hard over easy, you rewrite the story, make the future less greasy. I ain't special, I'm consistent when it sucks. That's the difference between dreams and actual stuff. So I move before I'm ready, let the nerves come along. Fear in the passenger seat, but I'm driving this song. Quiet desperation, loud until you act. Life don't get better, you get better than that. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fall. In your life, trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fall. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fall. I was walking through the jungle with my people by my side. Didn't know that in a moment I'd be fighting for my life. Felt the world start spinning, colors all fade to white. Next thing I knew, I was falling out of sight. Heard voices in the darkness saying, coach, hold tight. But the fear in Queen Jeezy had me wanting to fight. Dreams turn to storms when you can't stand the bright, but every storm breaks when you step into the light. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fight. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fight. In the hospital bed, trying to piece back time. Maya told me, breathe, one step you'll climb. Truth lying, drop facts while the monitors chime. Said your brain hit a wall, but your hope still shines. Juji made jokes when the nights felt long. Panda read stories, keeping my heart strong. Hilarious hood pulled pranks, but he meant no wrong. And Stamps hustled salts when the pressure felt on. Every dream I battled was a lesson in disguise. Every fall just to set up for a stronger rise. When Queen JC cried, man, it opened my eyes. I ain't quitting on my people, ain't no goodbye. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fight. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just paused mid-fight. He's good. He's more than good. He's still winning. A setback ain't a sentence. It's just a pause in the paragraph. I woke up with a vision and a fire in my chest. Every scar I carry is a reason I'm blessed. Life hit hard, but I hit back twice. Yeah, I'm alright.
thank you to my sponsor, Coma Dreams. A coma is just a comma in your life. Tonight proved that you pause, you breathe, and you finish the sentence. We did that, we finished
You
it.
looked unstoppable out there.
I didn't quit. Coma Dreams prove comebacks are real. Thank you, coach. I told y'all, no matter how deep it gets, wake up and fight.
Coma Dreams stayed with me. It reminded me not to take any day for granted. Just being healthy, training, and showing up is something to be thankful for.
I didn't expect this, but Coma Dreams actually hit me. Watching Coach go through that made me realize how fragile life is and why you don't waste your shot. This isn't a movie, it's life. It is what it is.
You know, I didn't expect to get hit this hard by a film, but Coma Dreams just wrecked me in the best way. The way it showed someone fighting their way back, step by step, it felt honest, like rolling here on the mats.
All right, I watched Coma Dreams, and I'm going to tell you, Coach's recovery, that was truly inspiring. That's a story worth watching.
I've chased titles my whole life. Coma Dreams reminded me the real prize is waking up and getting another chance. I'm grateful. Thank you, Coach. I've been knocked down more times than I can count. Coma Dreams reminded me, you never quit, you keep standing back up.
Shout out to Coma Dreams. A coma is just a comma in your life. We finished the sentence and we finished the fight. Thank you, coach.
Congratulations on the win. What's the message tonight?
Train by day, Coma Dreams by night, all day.